Hello everyone, welcome back to Magic the Gathering Arena, playing more Premier Draft Wilds of Eldraine. Soon Cube. By the time you're watching this, Cube is already out, but it's not the time I'm recording. Maybe I'll put some 2 and 3 drops in this deck, what do you think? That would be an improvement on the last one. So what do we think? Twisted Sewer Witch? How does that compare, according to Draft Sim? 56th. To the end. I think the end is just fine. Yeah, it's not anything to write home about. Yeah, Twisted Sewer Witch is a big card. It can win some games. You want to play it in the Rats deck, but it's just fine in anything. It makes so much bargain. Yeah, it says Johan's not incredible or anything. So any deck will appreciate this. You obviously do need to be somewhat committed to black, but that's fine. What is the best card here? Ratcatcher Trainee, maybe? I think so. Bitter Chill's cool, but blue sucks. Ratcatcher is just like pretty solid, and hey, rats, right? Genealogist's okay, but not as good, I believe, right? Hamlet Glutton, maybe? Just to stay flexible? I don't know. This is not a huge signal pack 3. Pick 3, I mean. It's a good card. How is this Otter Wizard, anyway? It's pretty good. I think it's the best card here. Yeah. Okay, we'll stay open to that. And even if it's just red, it's like fine. The Ratter. The Tattered Ratter. I think it's that or Edgewall pack. I mean, this is quite nice in the Rats deck. This is solid in anything red. We haven't seen any good black cards, so we might not get to run the Sewer Witch. Yeah, someone to our right is drafting black, so maybe I need to back off of that idea. And just go with the Edgewall pack. I mean, these are both just red cards that like rats, but this one fits better into other red decks than this does. No impact tremors, thanks. Maybe Boros is the place to be? It's starting to look that way. I'll just grab the Grand Balgus, though. Best card among these anyway. Yeah. Okay. So red-white is looking like the place. Financier is fine. So it's got fine in its name, the Financier. Financier? I think you can pronounce it either way. Chancellor of Tales? Maybe, actually? I mean... Because blue is the other direction we could go. It's a little bit open, but I don't think it's like screaming blue. Whereas we've seen quite a fair amount of decent white. So I think I'll take the Financier. Okay, Gallant Pie Wielder is great news for Boros. Glass Casket is also pretty good. I wish I could take them both. But this is just a big problem in Boros. It's tough to deal with. It does look like there's some blue as well. Raid Bombardment. I mean... I've been consistently disappointed by Return Triumphant. It seems like it should be good, and it just never is. This guy would be okay, but I don't know. I could... No, Raid Bombardment is more for the Rats deck, right? Let's just take a 1-drop. Protective Parents is fine. Dragon Mantle? Yeah, okay. Three Bowls of Porridge. I have never run this card, but it's not bad. Ugh. I guess this is okay. The Two Unveil Guide coming back is good news. It's not an incredible card for Boros, but it does show that no one else seems to be running it. I think I'll take Ash here. Gosh, Threadbind Cleek is really good. But I don't think we really are going to be running it. I think this is just the wrong colors. I'm going to try to build the Boros deck again. This is a good card. Edgewall Pack is also good, but yeah, even without the blue half, this card is great. It's a 2-mana 2/1 that bonks the opponent a few times, even if they remove it immediately. Princess Takes Flight is great. Ratcatcher Trainee is also great, but I think this is better. Well, I don't really have any way to bargain at all, right? Like, hopefully we'll get it towards the tower someday. Maybe I just take the Ratcatcher, though. Or even the Ginger Brute? I don't think so. The Ratcatcher is nice and flexible, triggers Celebration. This, yeah. Without a way to bargain it, it's just okay. Okay, another Two Unveil Guide, or am I gonna, like, try to stick my ore back in black? I don't think that's gonna work. The Ratter, we still don't, like, have a bunch of rats, right? I think I'll take it Cooped Up. This is a good card as well. But it's, I mean, I don't know. It's just a 3-mana 2/2 draw card is pretty cool. But removal is good and important, and you should have some, and currently I don't. So I don't think we're taking a Collector's Vault. This guy's nice. Yeah, easy choice here. Okay, we already have one of these. I don't think it's that likely we'll want to run two, but fine. No sources of fixing. No, I have a Red Cap Thief, so I might be able to cast these blue cards as blue instead of just on the red half. But again, even if you can't, they're fine as just half a card. Zero instants and sorceries. Okay, makes the blue half of this not very good. But it's still like a 3-mana 2/2 flyer. Oh, actually, it doesn't care about instants and sorcery. Oh, it does. It's not prowess. It's actually instant and sorcery. I'll take an Edgewall Pack. That's fine. Definitely don't need 3 Two Unveil Guides. More Porridge? I have 0 activators for this. It's so bad. I guess it's more Porridge. I could easily imagine us running 0 of these. It's like a 4-mana removal spell that also gets a little bit of tempo. Yeah, I could maybe run this, actually. Just to cast a blue card every so often. Try to keep the curve low here. I don't think the deck's looking especially hot. Don't have many enchantments for this. It's just like 2 mana 2/2s with Celebration and hope something good happens. Shared Animosity. Wow, that Rats deck. I didn't take the second Sewer Witch that I was offered. I don't really have many Rats things to do this with. There's just like nothing very... I mean, Besotted Knight is fine. I think I'm supposed to take some removal. It's so bad removal, though. It's like 3 mana deal 2. I don't have like much to activate it. I think it's the Besotted Knight. Just to have some more like Celebration activators, kind of. Grand Ball Guest looks great. Good pack for the black players out there. The Double Strike Trick is fun. I'll take it over another Grand Ball Guest. Armory Mice, probably worse than the Grand Ball Guest. Crescendo, I mean, it could be a finisher. It'll probably wheel, though. This guy I still want to keep, but I think that Otter, I'm never casting it for 2, as a creature. And there's the Crescendo that we wanted. No, it's a Spirit Guard. Just blanked on the art. The removals, 3 mana deal 1 is not that. Or no, one mana deal 1? That's actually not that bad. Maybe I do want to keep that. Plenty of times where 1 mana or 1 damage would do quite a lot. There's the Crescendo and nothing else to pick against it, so Archon's Glory is good. I don't think I'm running a 1 mana 1/1 here. I have plenty of great 2s. This is good because it's 1 mana 1/1 haster that makes a rat. But the 1 mana 1/1 that cares about enchantments, we just don't have enough enchantments. Probably I can cut the Scarecrow Guide. I have plenty of good 2-drops. I don't need to run a bad one, and I don't really need the fixing either. Okay, I mean, the tap down effect is useful. There was some red card I was saying might wheel, right? That was a non-crescendo. That should be coming back fairly soon. Not that I would want it now. I already have one, and that's plenty. Just interested in whether it does come back from the pack that... Oh, it was Armory Mice. That's... maybe? No, that was the one I took the Grand Ball Guest out of. Hey, Armory Mice are decent, though. Well, I don't think this is a very good deck. Curve is low, but not really low enough. These I can kind of cast on 2. I have a lot of creatures. Maybe some of the 2 mana stuff can go. I mean, keeping in mind, these are kind of the non-creatures on 2 and then creatures on 5, right? Is Scalding Viper really all that good? Maybe not. It does face damage the opponent when they like do anything. I think it is pretty good. Rat catchers and the Grand Ball Guests are great. I think this actually just kind of doesn't make the cut. Discerning Financier rewards me for having like fewer lands, which is kind of cool, and it triggers Celebration more easily. I mean, how important is having one flyer? I think it's maybe not that great. Witch's Mark maybe can go, and then just cut a land, I guess. Run 16. I don't think it's that reasonable to run 15 here. I don't know, maybe it is. Look at this 2 slot, right? I could go for days with 15. The problem is, like, there's not really anything I'm that excited to put back in. Maybe the Witch's Mark. I have 2 Bellowing Bruisers I could add to my other Bellowing Bruiser. Bowls of Porridge I don't think is for this deck. Maybe it is kind of nice to have a Witch's Mark, actually. The Wicked Roll is a relatively cheap thing to enter the battlefield for celebration purposes and helps my creatures trade up. Great top deck in the late game because you can dump that land you've been hanging on to. This is fine. I have a couple 2s I can play. Would like a 3rd land, but if I don't get one, I'll be fine. Oh, this costs 3. I didn't realize. I thought it was 2. Obira. So, aggro fairies, I guess. Or, I mean, I don't know, just fairies in general. You would run this in any fairies deck, even if you're not, like, focused on killing the opponent. But fairies is generally a fairly aggressive tempo kind of deck. Fairy Fencing would be good here, obviously. But there are lots of things that would be good. They have some instant. Choosing not to use it. Okay. It's not too bad. You know, looking at this hand, it doesn't feel like I'm supposed to be running 15 lands. Feels like all these spells are pretty expensive. I guess I could play Dragon Mantle hoping to draw a mountain. Seems ambitious. Stutter again? Kill the mouse. Stutter again, okay. So I think they can kill the mouse, and they're just like choosing to kill other stuff to counter my spells because it's harder to do that. Oh, by the way, they missed their 4th land, so we're not that far behind mana-wise. No, if it's a 2-2 versus a 3-1 all game long, I cast spells and you counter them, I'll win the race, I guess. Okay. Not winning the race anymore, obviously. I guess I just have to play a 2-1. No, they did it. Now they can play a 4-mana 4/4 flyer. They're not going to. I mean, I don't know that's in their hand, obviously. That's just sort of like my worst fear. Don't take a disdainful stroke. That's your worst choice for sure. Take the other fairy or a freeze in place? They both seem pretty good. Yeah. I mean, my 2-1 is pretty sick right now. Why are you doing this all main phase, by the way? The first one makes sense because you might have wanted to cast the spell you drew, but now... that one you maybe should have held up. Okay, here we go. Draw that land, please. Nope. It's a lot of fairies. I don't like this. I'm just like in very, very bad shape, right? I could attack and pump this. Kill one of these, but if they double block, it still trades and I don't get to do anything. Giving it double strike is not much good either. Oops, clicked outside the window. I guess I'll just play this and pass. I do need a 3rd land eventually. This is like turn 6 or 7, and I haven't drawn a single land? I'm gonna lose this game. There's no longer any doubt about it, right? Yeah, why am I still here? Oh, what are my dailies, by the way? I always get reminded by this end screen instead of by, like... earlier. This is fine. Just cast white spells and kill creatures. I'm not putting in more lands. I think that was just unlucky. I think 16 would be reasonable, but this game is not like evidence that 15 is unreasonable. Just variance. It is a card game in which you draw cards from your deck, and therefore sometimes you have varying amounts of lucky occurrences versus unlucky ones. No thanks. I can't cast like anything but Cooped Up. Actually worse? Okay, down to 5, I guess. If we can aggro curve out, we can win with 5. Okay, I'm not going to 4, that's for sure. Gonna have to win with a 2-1. Could Witch's Mark away the land. I think that's reasonable enough. I'd like to get to 5 eventually. I'm already at 4, so... Oh, they're just gonna let it in? Okay. I do not think I will give a thing double strike right now. I could potentially win with Archon's Glory double strike in a not too unlikely future. Wow. Okay. Resolves. That resolves. So we're currently getting in for 2. If I pumped this to a 4/4 and gave it double strike, it would get in for 8. The Wicked Roll would be gone. They'd take 1 and be at 1, but I wouldn't really have a clear finisher. So instead, I'm going to Archon's Glory here, I guess. That resolves. It's now a 6/8. With double strike, I can kill it. I don't get to save my guy. But I think that's fine. Let's see, this won't make a bird. Okay, well there go all my combat tricks, but I have a 5 mana, 5/4 menace instead, which is cool. I want to play this, but I think it's better to wait until I can trigger the celebration on the Pie Wielder by playing it. Alright, it doesn't curve out as well, but giving this double strike makes it, like, actually a useful attacker. Sadly, Ash can't really attack, I don't think. Just gets a chump attack here. This way they're, like, losing a creature. Okay. I think attacking with Ash still doesn't make a lot of sense. It's not crazy. If they block Ash here, they have to either take 4 or lose their cursed courtier to a rat. But I don't think I want to give her up. So it's just a swing with the Menace, which kills the 1/1, which is okay. I guess attacking with Ash means this gets in? Maybe that is good. Yeah, I think a full swing makes sense here, in fact. If they want to kill Ash, they have to take a bunch of damage, and I still have a 3/3 Menace on board. This way they don't get to trade my 3/3 for their 1/1. They just have to trade a rat, so it's not that bad, I think. I have two 3/3 Menaces and a rat, and they're at 4. With a food token. I guess the rat, so I get punished less by removal. I don't know. It's the only thing they can block, I guess, so maybe the rat was the worst thing to target? Yeah, if I had put it here, I would be killing them now. Whoops. Okay, that's game over. Not punished for my misplay there. This was a game I mulled to 5, though, right? It's all about curving out early. Yeah. I mean, opponent actually used all 7 of their cards. You would think I would be behind, having fewer of them, but I don't know. Somehow my cards did more because they were Edgewall packs? I'm reminded of a concept that didn't actually seem super relevant this last game, but that I didn't really learn about until fairly late compared to most of the other kind of theory stuff I know about Magic, right? Card advantage is a thing that, was it discovered by Magic players 20 years ago or something. For a while, nobody really thought about the game in terms of card advantage. It just had not been invented yet. But, the idea that... I'm not saying it took... I learned about card advantage late. I'm using this as a lead-in to talk about something else. I hate that Ash is going to get spell stuttered, but what can you do? I'm not just going to do nothing, I don't think. Yeah, I can run out a 3-drop to next turn, so... Well, it's not getting countered. Okay. Anyway, so card advantage, right? If you have more cards in your hand, you're kind of ahead. That's a useful thing to have. And cards on the board are also their card advantage. So if you have 7 cards in hand and I have 0, but I have 8 creatures, I'm still up card advantage. And cards, generally speaking, roughly trade 1-for-1 for other cards. Or that's how things often work. And so you can count who's ahead, not by looking at their life total, but who's... I mean, ugh. Okay, I guess they have Ice Out instead? Yes, okay. So card advantage, right? But the thing related to this that I did not discover until fairly late, someone, discover. I was told about it, in some video or something. Ooh, okay. is that, like, another kind of card advantage is if you can end the game before your opponent has time to use all the cards in their hand, those are kind of dead cards, right? So the red decks sometimes get their card advantage by... not by having more cards than opponent does, but by getting to cast more of them before the game is over, because their cards are smaller, right? This is kind of bad. It's like a lot bad, right? If I could cast this Frolicking Familiar, I might have a chance. Anyway, so, you know, even when a red deck mulligans down to 5, they're down 2 cards in card advantage, but they're kind of hoping to end the game before opponent has time to use all their cards, and, like, that's kind of the card advantage they're playing for in that game. This didn't really turn out in that last game, because opponent actually... This is suspicious. They could have cast a 3-4, and they didn't. Opponent could have... Opponent did, I think, use all of their cards. Okay, I'll just swing out here, I guess. I think they're planning to counter something I do. But if I get this in... They counter this. And then I try... and then I gnawing Crescendo for lethal on the next turn is, like, the line I have to maybe win? Oh, okay, I'm dead. Obviously, gnawing Crescendo wouldn't have killed them. They would have taken 8 more damage, but not died. So anyway, that game when I mulled to 5 and then, like, still killed them got me thinking about the concept of, like, card advantage, where they're only really cards if you can use them, right? If the game is over before you get there, was the card really in your hand? Or playing against the actual concept of Fortnite. Wish me luck. Great hand. I can put a Witch's Mark on this turn, too, if I want, which seems okay. Witch's Mark's not looking so hot anymore. Or not on this, anyway. I think I'd like to get this down while they're still trying to cast cheap spells. Well, I could make them both unable to block this turn. But that's just like using this to push 3 damage, which doesn't seem that great. I think I'd rather get this down. Yeah, and then next turn I can Edgewall Pact to celebrate. Or Witch's Mark the 2/2 and play another 2/2? Have it swing as a 4/4? Seems okay. Discarding this, maybe? Yeah. I could keep it, I guess. My hand's pretty good. I think I'd rather have 2 cards than this, though. Ooh. Casting both halves of this is something. So is casting Edgewell Pack and having Archon's Glory. I could cast the front half of this, swing with a 3/3 and have Archon's Glory for backup. But that doesn't seem very convincing, does it? I think I'd rather get a menace creature down to trick them with later. Let's see what they make of this. Very far behind, I think. We need to kill them right away, and we don't look like we're doing that. They are stuck on mana, I guess. I didn't notice that. They missed a land drop at least once. I think twice. I'm player 2, right? Black, black, green. Holding open green. Is this a return from the wilds? Be weird to tap the creature for that, wouldn't it? What is this? I see. My cards! That was such a nice thing to be able to play, though. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Make this royal so it trades for Greta? If they want to block a 1/1, I'm thrilled. No lands, that's all I ask. I don't want them to start casting their real spells. Hamlet Glutton on 5, such BS. Okay, got there. I mean, we haven't won, but I'm happy. Maybe we've won. Doesn't look like it. No. Even if they couldn't eat a food, they could live here. Ooh. Well, the rat probably wasn't getting blocked anyway. Maybe. So maybe they would have rather not blocked the 1/1. This guy. See, like, they have to let in the menace creature. And then they have to block a 3 and a 1. So this. So they want to block a 1/1. And they might have preferred to kill the token, actually, so that I don't get to replace it with just... This, when it dies, just gets replaced with another token. But now that I have the Ratter, they don't really have that option. Oh, don't forget, they can eat a food, so, like, they don't necessarily have to make terrible blocks. Oh, you were supposed to block first, what? Okay, go to 1, I guess. I don't think Hamlet Glutton is saving you anymore, is it? No. We won one! Opponent was stuck on land. I'm such a good player. Oh, we won 2. Look at that. I've already forgotten the other game. Oh, it was the one where I mulliganed to 5, of course. I spent hours talking about that. Up against Evo. You know what? This is fine. I'll draw planes eventually. I have a 1 and a 2. Can't be too picky. Oh. I'm running Lord of the Rings lands, huh? I need to fix that on this account. I think 2 of my accounts now have exclusively lands that I think are reasonably okay. So this must be the 3rd account that doesn't have them all set properly. Oof, what I wouldn't give for a Prophetic Prism right now. Alright, I guess I'll just win with a 1/1 and a 2/2. Seems unlikely. This is why you're supposed to mulligan, I guess. Yeah, it's a creature. Okay, I got the planes. Got the planes. Got the planes. What do I do with this? Can't really attack with anyone. Play the Pie Wielder or this thing. I think this thing? No, he's not going to go off next turn, so I might as well wield a pie. Mono red, but with a prism. Okay. I don't think I'm playing a land. I think I want Financier to make it so they... I mean, I don't know. I could run out Ash on the same turn, but I don't want to. I want to stop them from playing land as well, I guess. The thing is, like, I'm the one... I don't know, neither of us is stuck on colors. They have a prism, right? But now they can't cast any double-colored spells without giving me a treasure. Ratcatcher, yep. Pretty cool stuff. Hey, we got there. That's sort of bad. Can't even really attack with Ash, can I? Give him a treasure, I guess. Very funny. I think it's important to keep the financier triggers going. I'm not going to play another land. This is just, I'm like very badly losing. But, I don't know, there are probably top decks somewhere that would help. Not really, I don't have removal. That's a big problem with this deck, isn't it? Yeah, among the many. I just don't have any way to deal with this at all. I have a single cooped up, I guess. I guess a combat trick could do something. Okay. I can attack with Ash. Feudal gesture, I guess. It's not doing anything incredible. I'm getting combat tricked as well. Sure. Yeah. I think I have to start playing lands. The celebration doesn't matter very much, and in order to actually benefit from getting these treasures, I have to start spending mana drawing, so... I'm gonna go 2 and 3 again here, I'm pretty sure. Just like, how could I possibly win? I said it was a bad deck, and it is. So, I can't be too mad about the result. Unhappy with how the draft went. I wish I could be playing this. Oh no, this is a Conceived Witch. I want to play a Sewer Witch. I don't know. If I draw Cooped Up and they play a land and then never play anything else, I could have a shot. No dice on that. Well, the Financier's dead anyway. Probably should have played a land then. Whoops. I'm probably dead on the crackback here, but I'd like to threaten some damage just because it makes me feel better. Oh, I should have put it on this probably. Oh well. Oh, you know, I have a ratter. I could have attacked with my rat now that I look at it. And now I die to the conceited witch. Sure, show off all your fun toys. You know what? I want to hold full control. I can't for some reason. I guess because the game was already over. And it was just showing me the animations of everything happening. Well, a disappointment for the ages. Hope you guys enjoyed it at least. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.